Hello food fans, got a good one for you today. This is something that tastes good, it's easy to fix, it's low cost, has a little bit of nutritional value also, and it is fun to make, and it is delightful to talk about it, and that is macaroni baloney. Baloney macaroni. And we'll also have a secret dessert, so let's get started. I have mixed the cheese with the macaroni. It is all ready to go, and I'm going to add 2 slices. That's about 30 cents, 15 cents a slice for bologna, and 58 cents for the box of macaroni, so under $1 for the 2 main ingredients. And the entire meal per serving probably comes out to less than $2, but certainly less than $2.50. So what I'm going to do is just remove the rind from the bologna and chop it up into the macaroni. It is going to be good. There it is, nicely stirred up. I'm not cooking the bologna. We could serve the macaroni with fried bologna sandwiches. That would be good. There are many ways of doing this. Or you could let the bologna go for a ride with the macaroni in the pan as the water is boiling. This is very good. Let's get started eating. And let me dig in real fast on the bologna macaroni. It is good. It is low cost, very cheap meal here. Probably under $2.50. Good filling, has some nutrition. Tastes good. And I have my salad. I didn't get tomatoes this week. Forgot to order tomatoes. But I have cabbage. I have carrots. I have relish and mayonnaise and ketchup. So it's pretty good. Turn this a little sideways so I have more room here to get to the salad. It always tastes good too. We do have some rain outside. Take a little bit of root beer. I'll recommend a movie in case you have not seen it. I was looking for it recently on YouTube, and as far as I know, it's not there. It's called The last time I saw Archie with Robert Mitchum starring as Archie, and Archie was Arch Hall, director of B movies back in the 1950s and I think into the 60s. And in many of the movies, the lead actor was Arch Hall Jr., who of course was Archie Hall's son. This would be good with toast and fried bologna. And in addition to the salad and the beverage, we're going to have a secret dessert later on. One of the things I'll mention is game shows. The afternoon type shows where they have people trying to earn money playing some sort of TV game. I was on a game show one time long ago. I did win about $400. There were two lady contestants on the show trying to win money also. So I won about $400. One of the ladies won $30,000, and the other lady won about $15,000. We had to click in when we knew the answer to a certain question they would ask, and I would click as quickly as I could, but I was too slow. But the reason I was on the show, I had a friend who was an extra, and we had worked on several shows together. And we talked about some game shows that they had where there was a lot of money, the $25,000 pyramid type show, where a person could win a lot of money. 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 Good macaroni. More root beer. And he and I decided, I don't know what show we were working at the time, might have been Trapper John, I know I worked with him on that. Might have been To Be or Not To Be. I worked with him on that show. Incidentally, I'll recommend To Be or Not To Be, a Mel Brooks movie. It's pretty good. And he and I decided, since it was the time of year when extras were not needed as much as the busy season, there were a couple of months they would have where they didn't know what the new shows would be, so they would just test the market with one or two shows here and there. It was called a hiatus, and he and I decided we'll try to get on a game show. And we started to audition for game shows. And we auditioned for about 10 different shows. Some of them we auditioned for 2 or 3 times. More salad. Put this over here. Put this back down here. Get some more bologna macaroni. One of the shows was especially hard to get on Jeopardy. I auditioned for Jeopardy twice, and they asked much too difficult a question for me. We would ask about 10 or 12 questions, and there was always something that had to do with baseball or football, some sporting question, and I know nothing about sports. And other people, if you watch Jeopardy sometime, they have a wide range of subject matter that they ask questions on. And the people who win the Jeopardy shows are really well informed. He got on a show, I think it was called Press Your Luck. And I got on a show called Sale of the Century. And my $400 winnings came from one answer I gave. They asked, what rock and roll singer wanted to be a big band singer, and I did click before anyone else, and I knew that was Chuck Berry. I think there were several rock and roll singers who wanted to be big band singers. Certainly Bobby Darin made it. He had 3 rock and roll hits before he did a big band song. Good food. My friend who got on the other show won some prizes, but I don't remember how much he won. But he definitely was a more active participant than I was. He was really good on his show and got lots of applause. And he was on a show that he was eventually involved in the scandals of when some shows were cheating the contestants by having mechanical things happen that had nothing to do with their intelligence or their awareness of what was going on. But we had the experience of being on a game show. There was one other guy I knew who was on a game show, and he won the $100,000 Name That Tune. That video might still be at YouTube. The contestant was a man named Tommy Simmons, who was a very active movie extra. And he was very good at naming songs, giving the song titles from the melody. And if you want to see Tommy Simmons in a movie, I think The Cheap Detective is still at YouTube. And early in the movie, in the first 10 or 12 minutes of the movie, they show elevator operator who has been shot, and that's Tommy Simmons. He has to keep his eyes open and not blink for maybe 10 or 20 seconds. Tommy Simmons also is visible if you can spot him fast enough. He's in a scene in the movie Meteor. He's one person in a room filled with technicians watching for the meteor that's going to be hitting Earth. I saw Tommy Simmons after his appearance on Name That Tune. And he told me that was the worst thing that ever happened to him, because they didn't give away enough cash. I think they gave away $10,000, but they gave away $100,000 worth of vacations in Hawaii or whatever, and bedroom furniture, and at least one car, and the winner has to pay taxes, and they have special tax rates for game shows. You can't sell your items to your brother-in-law for $1. You've got to actually sell the product at what is a fair exchange price. Anyway, be careful if you try out for a game show. Don't try for a show that gives away a lot of prizes that you won't be able to use. I'll have another piano tutorial at the end of this video. What I'll do right now is this over here. Baloney macaroni is good, good, good. You reach around here, and it's time for the secret dessert. And the secret dessert is a funny word. It's tapioca. Tapioca pudding. Somewhere here there's a little tab that opens that makes it possible to eat the dessert. Must be right down here. There it is. And we got this spoon over here. And tapioca pudding. Tapioca pudding is good. I don't know what tapioca is, but it tastes good. Thank you for joining me for lunch. Thank you for listening to my stories. And thank you for watching. While we are practicing, we'll be practicing the C chord, D chord, E chord, F chord, G chord, A chord, B chord, And while you're doing that, every now and then, if you see an opportunity, sneak in a little bit of fingering. You're in a key of F, you're doing an F chord with your left hand. You have lots of opportunities to do that, or that. So throw in some little bits every now and then, and add slowly to the repertoire that you have. You are doing the C chord, you're doing the D chord, you're doing the E chord, you're doing the F chord. You're getting faster and faster. There's the G and the A and the B. Take your fingers away. Go back and do a C chord. Take your fingers away, go back and do an F chord. Take your fingers away and do a G chord. Practice is the thing that you can do over and over again, and it actually does help. And also you'll find yourself singing in a key where it's more comfortable if you could sing one note higher or one note lower, or just a little bit differently. And every pattern that we do with chords, like C, A minor, F, and G, we can start in a different chord. Instead of C, A minor, F, and G, C, A minor, F, and G, C, A minor, F, and G. Instead of doing that, what if we want to start on the D, instead of starting on C, A minor, let's start on the F and do a D minor, and then do a B flat note. This is a B flat note up here, and then a C. We'd actually quite often be doing a C7th, but don't worry too much about whether you play a C or a C7th right away. You have lots of time ahead of you practicing, and you will get better. So instead of doing C, A minor, F, and G, C, A minor, F, and G. When you're doing those old, slow 1950s love songs, try a different key from C every now and then, and we'll start with the F. Get down here. F, D minor, B flat, and C. Let me go up this way a little bit. F, D minor, B flat, and C. F, D minor, B flat, and C. And now we'll try a song that has a lot of different chord patterns within one song, and the tempo changes every now and then for having some fun with a crowd of people, and playing a little bit of this and then a little bit of that and then a different tempo. Let's play an entire song. Let's do the whole song from the beginning. Start off with key of C. We're going to stay in this key of C, but we'll change chords. Thousands of years ago and maybe more, out on an island on a tropic shore, Robinson Crusoe landed one fine day. No rent to pay, no wife to obey. His good man Friday was his only friend. They didn't borrow nor lend. They built a little hut, stayed there till Friday, but Saturday night it was shut. Where did Robinson Crusoe go Friday on Saturday night? Every Saturday night they would start out to roam. Then on Sunday morning they'd come staggering home. Where did Robinson Crusoe go Friday on Saturday night? Now on this island lived wild men with cannibal trimming, and where there are wild men, there must be wild women. Where did Robinson Crusoe go with Friday on Saturday